We have 3 young children and we no longer use a pediatrician.
What?
What?
It's
Who?
the first time I'm hearing of this.
We used to use a pediatrician and we no longer do. In this video, we're going to talk about why.
Okay.
I feel like when you become a parent, everyone tells you you have to have a pediatrician, or they ask you which pediatrician would you use. It almost becomes a competition, like what kind of car you drive, do you have the good pediatrician or what?
Yeah.
But after using it very little for the last 4 or 5 years, we decided to really not use it anymore.
We use it once, which is to get a well check so they can go to daycare.
Pretty much.
And other than that, I use a chiropractor.
Yes, and if there's an emergency, you go to the hospital. But we'll talk more about that in a second, because we have this new thing where in every episode we're going to talk about a Finnish proverb.
Yeah.
And I have one for you.
Okay.
I'll say it in Finnish first. She doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
Konstit on monet, sano mummo, kun kissalla pöytää pyyhkii.
Somebody says moo moo. Say the end.
Kun kissalla pöytää pyyhkii.
Kisa, the cat,
Yep.
says
Pöytä.
pöytä. Wheel, ball.
Not quite. There are many ways, said the grandma while wiping the table with a cat.
No. Is that like there's more than one way to skin a cat?
Yes, exactly. Which you would say is like, why would you ever say that? But why would you say skin a cat? Like, that's so brutal. And
Well, I looked it up once because I was like, PETA, get on this. And it's about a catfish. That's where it came from. Did you know that?
I did not know it was in catfish. It sounds morbid. Anyway,
Sounds so morbid.
There's many ways to do things. And in this video, we're going to talk about a different way to parent, and that is not use a pediatrician. So maybe we introduce ourselves if you're new to the channel. My name is Taro.
My name's Cora.
And we live in
Austin, Texas.
Yes, and we have
3 kids under 5.
Yes, beautiful boys. And we have chosen a lot of natural parenting things. Not, by the way, this video is not what you should do. We're just sharing our story and journey. But we did home birth.
We did a home birth. We didn't circumcise.
We didn't circumcise, kind of let nature be nature.
Hands off kind of approach.
And we got a pediatrician immediately when they were born. And we went with the natural, highly recommended, all the good stuff. And there are differences with them. But with the first child, we didn't do any of the checks until Bainin was 1 or just about to turn 1, right?
I forget with him. We might have gone before.
No, it was like he was 11 months in our first visit. He was feeling sick.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
one of the reasons why we don't use a pediatrician is actually those experiences. So from year 1, he didn't really need anything. And then he had an ear infection, and then he had an eye infection. And what I learned is that A, they don't have a clue, and B, they just prescribe still drugs or send you to the hospital, depending how serious it is.
Yeah, either they don't have the skills to figure it out when they send you away, or they just guess and give you an antibiotic. Sometimes they give you an antibiotic before they get the results back, and they're like, just start taking it, and then we'll tell you tomorrow if you needed it. And I'm like, absolutely not. I will not do that. Like, we know, Taro knows, being in health and wellness, that your gut is super important, and antibiotics kill the good bacteria. So
yeah, and you're guessing if there's like 4 things that could be wrong, and you give the antibiotic to one of them.
And I had this same experience with so many of my friends where they would bring their kid, and either they would tell them, I think the kid has whooping cough, and they'd say, no, no way, and then they'd force them to take the test, and then it would because mother's intuition is usually right, or they'd tell them they had something that they totally didn't. So
yeah,
I was like, you guys are just guessing at this point, and I don't feel like having my kid be the guinea pig.
Yeah, and our oldest had an RSV, which is really kind of gnarly, and you should take it seriously. But there's no cure for it. So they're like, okay, so you have RSV, go home and rest. So we're glad that we have to go, I think, 2 times.
Yes, and it's always, during work hours, and you have to pull the kid from school, or it's during the nap time, and then I don't know. And it's a 30-minute drive, and then you wait 30 to an hour, and so it's like a 2-hour thing. And they'll just tell you, rest. And there was never anything he had besides the ear infection any of our kids have had that wouldn't have been solved through vaccines or something.
Yeah, and we had 2 kind of more...
That would have been, there was nothing any of our kids had that would have been solved by vaccines. It was all something that there's no cure for, and you just nurse them and give them liquids.
Yes.
It's like, just do that anyway.
And we've had 2 serious kind of like alerts, one with the oldest, one with the middle one, where they were like, it was serious. And they always say is like, go here in Austin, it's like Dell Children's Medical School. Like if it's an emergency, you don't go to the pediatrician. A, they're closed. B, they don't have time for emergencies. And C, if it's actual emergency, they send you.
They don't have the technology or something.
Same with emergent care. One time we took a kid to emergent care, and there's like, honestly, you just go to the hospital. Like if anything is wrong, something, you want to go there ASAP. You don't want to wait. So in our case, like whenever we needed help, pediatrician didn't help or did not know and guessed. And almost what's worse is I feel like they, maybe consciously or unconsciously, it depends on the pediatrician, they scare parents a lot.
Yes.
And or compare it. Like for me, a lot of the things why people go to pediatrician to see if like, where is your child on the weight, height,
I know so many people who just go
percentile.
for that. Just measure at home and there's a table on the internet. What are you doing?
Or my dad perspective is, so what? So like, if your kid is short, what are you gonna do? Stretch it out? Yeah, it's like,
that's such a good thing to ask yourself. What are you gonna do now with that information?
and I believe that children are intuitive eaters, and it was probably another episode, but I do believe as long as you offer options and you don't mess with their taste buds too much, like they kind of know what they want and they want to eat more. And it's also seasonal. So I've noticed that our kids get a little chubby, and then suddenly they get skinny and tall, and then chubby and tall, and it's this like wave.
And some days they'll eat a ton, some days they won't eat anything. They're so good at when they're sick, starving, right? They don't eat anything. They shut it down and they heal themselves within a day.
With fasting is actually one of the fastest way to lower inflammation and heal illnesses. Couple anecdotes there, sidebar from kids is a lot of mammals outside of us humans, that's what they do is if they're sick, they fast and they tremble and they go somewhere safe. And same in concentration camps where conditions were probably the worst in human, one of the worst in human history with illnesses and stuff. A lot of the people did not actually get sick because they were constantly malnourished. So if you're in caloric deficit, you actually can protect your immunity really well.
Well, they didn't get sick from cancer, right? They died from other crazy like hygiene problems.
Yes, and eventually, like they were malnourished, obviously, and work, and but your body is more protected in that case. So if kids get sick, they just don't eat. So for me, the whole table thing is the stupidest thing. Like you said, like measure it at home, or so what? And if your kid is truly, truly not eating, and it's something like super severe, so i.e. they, for example, have some sort of a really serious digestive issue that requires surgery, the pediatrician is not doing anything. Again, go to the hospital, because if it's something like leaky gut, I don't know, what would that be, that they're not digesting food and they're just, they need urgent care and you want to go to the hospital and the pediatrician can't do anything, and telling that you're like on the 1 percentile in weight does not help at all.
Yeah.
Like either you know it and you should go to hospital, or it's just like, it's a skinny kid. So I feel pediatricians are more stress than help.
Yeah, they would always stress me out, asking me what I've been doing or what I haven't. I did find a chiropractor, and that actually qualifies as care. So you can only see a chiropractor and they can sign off on things. You don't need a pediatrician. Did you know that? It's pretty interesting.
I've used it once for myself. I needed to sign some relief, and then a chiropractor signed it.
Yeah,
I feel
like it's like everyday care.
Some chiropractors are a little scammy though, so I just want to be clear, is like that's not for everyone. But if you find a good one, and especially if they're more of a polymath where they've like mixed different skills and modalities, I think it can be an amazing natural preventative
And I found one who does muscle testing, which, can you describe what that is well?
It's more of your belief. I'm not a huge believer in muscle
testing.
But you go ahead.
Well, muscle testing is where they hold onto your body and they can read, they're trained in this, they can read what your body is asking for. And they ask the body if they need certain things, or like, is there a virus? Is there bacteria? Is there mold? Is there candida? And they will hold on to your body, and basically your muscles will release when it's a yes, and they can tell that that's a yes. But I believe that our chiropractor has correctly diagnosed everything that I've brought the kids for, down to allergies, down to viral, down to whatever. So I bring them to him first and get a read on what's going on with the child, and then go from there. And it's no longer guesswork, because literally your body is telling them what exactly
And you
is
can
happening.
self-test yourself. So if you lean forward, that's what you need. Like right now, like more sex.
Oh, okay. Doctor
Yeah.
said.
The doctor said that we need more sex.
Yeah, great. Okay. I'm not going to
Yeah, you
disprove a doctor,
Yeah.
right? 4 out of 5 doctors agree.
Yeah, I guess you have to muscle test too if that's what you need.
Uh-oh. What a conundrum.
Anyway, you obviously want to have a team, a Formula One, F1 team of people to help you with different things, including kids' health. But pediatrician is something, again, like where it can work for some families. I'm not saying it won't, but a lot of cases people do it just because you have to do it. And what I would say is like, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And instead of doing what everyone else is doing, think what works for your family. And in my case, I just don't, they more scare us. It's hard to get. It's always, like I said, it's a bad timing. They're never available. And if it's a true emergency, you want to go to the hospital. And in most cases, you just need rest and recovery and
Liquids. And breast milk.
yes. So for that reason, we don't use a pediatrician. What we do use for ourselves and our kids is mushrooms. Functional mushrooms are amazing for immunity, gut health, stress. With kids, we use a hot chocolate or a smoothie. We sneak it in that way. And for us, we use coffee. This is the original mushroom coffee by Four Sigmatic. It's half caffeine. Cora's big on limiting caffeine as a parent.
Yeah, I feel like I can't get in touch with my intuition when I'm a little too hyper. So I like to be clear-headed.
Yeah, and I feel like I can't trust my intuition unless I've had a lot of caffeine. No, I'm joking. But it has probiotics, prebiotics, B12, plus these functional mushrooms in an organic Arabica coffee. And if you're interested in trying Four Sigmatic, there's actually a special deal for the followers of the show. You go to foursigmatic.com/fungifam, and you can get your first bag for free, just pay shipping and handling to try it out. You can also buy it at Whole Foods, Sprouts, Target, many Costco's. So check it out. But thanks for listening, and like and subscribe, or leave a comment if you disagree and you think pediatricians are the bee's knees.